of which we cannot find in any other tradition whatsoever. A.C. Brown, okay? So you don't know what you're talking about. Yamama, the Battle of Yamama, nothing was written. Did you hear him say that?
Well, I think that's enough YouTube for today. Yeah, 10 hours is enough. When's the last time I uploaded a Fairview Editorial? Okay, alright, I'm having to... Maybe the next page? Our conspiracy, there we go. July 11th, 2020. July 11th. That doesn't sound like it was too far away. It was just a couple weeks. Let's shut her down, boys. We're good for tonight. July 11th.
It's been a year!
Okay, so what's up, guys? It's been a minute. It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a year. How have y'all been doing? Well, I have something. Okay, I got something to talk about. I really like living in the South. Some would say I love it. The people down here are fantastic. There's always someone willing to know your name, always someone willing to shake your hand, always someone willing to just sit down and have a glass of iced tea with you. I can't have that anymore. But the South has gotten a reputation for this kind of hospitality. There's a term for it, I just can't think of it. But there is another realm in which the South dominates. Religion, especially the Christian one. You know which one I'm talking about. According to a Pew Research Center survey, Alabama leads the pack in the South. We have an 86% Christian population. So not only do we dominate in football, we also dominate in the afterlife. Now, do you want to guess which state ranked the lowest? They have a 54% Christian rate. See, I thought the same thing. I thought Utah too. See, I was confused. And then I remembered the fact that Bernie Sanders is from there. So it just clicked. It clicked right then. Oh, hi. You must be upset about the fact that I used a really cliche Bernie Sanders joke. Well, my response to you is, okay. Since I live in Alabama, I can attest to the 86% ratio. Most of my friends on Facebook, their Facebook feed is just a depository for Bible verses with all sorts of pretty backgrounds, occasionally interspersed with minion memes, which now there's also this really cool trick you can do down here. You can walk into any group of people just about and say the phrase, God is good. And someone, if not a group of people, will say all the time at the top of their lungs. So that's pretty neat. It's this and many other reasons why I do not want to move out of the South. I love it here. We do need to talk though. Say you're hanging out with an acquaintance or a friend. I don't care. Pick one. Y'all are sitting there and the issue of religion comes up. They ask you what you are and you say that you're a Christian. If you better, or I. So you tell them you're a Christian, and then you ask them to be polite. You ask them what they are. They say the cliche, oh, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. And then they go on to talk about how God talks to them through the stars. Am I the only one whose first thought is,
oh no,
so you're lazy.
He said he doesn't want me
you
to
like
sleep
the
with
idea of
anyone
having a
until
sky
I'm
dad to hug you when you're sad, but as soon as you find out he has expectations, you kind of eschew that part. Am I the only one? Yeah. Yeah, probably. Now, let's call this person what they are, all right, all together. 1, 2, 3, pagan. They're pagan. The Bible has a lot to say about pagans. I don't need to get into it. You know, idolatry, mysticism, all that. The Bible doesn't like it. They just take a little bit from every religion and just mix it together as if they're supposed to go together, and they're not.
Yankees,
I don't care what Hindus say.
They're bleeding liberal hearts. They're all pagans.
It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking this as a specifically northern problem. This is obviously wrong, though, because South is full of them, too. I've talked to a few open, well, not quite open, they don't tell their parents or else they'll cry. So there's no short supply in Alabama, is what I'm saying, of these spiritual people. There's also another version of this trend, though. Let's call it a variant. COVID humor will never die. It is evergreen, sir. Let's call it the Southern paganism variant. Basically, what this is somebody who claims to be a Christian, yet they live however they want. These are the types of people who post one verse to their Facebook, and that's all the Bible reading they do for the month. These are the people who go to church pretty regular, unless if it's fishing season. Is there a fishing season? I don't know. I mean, surely you can't do it in the winter. Yeah, there is a fishing season. Okay, problem solved. I fixed it. These are the people that see no conflict between how they're living and how God expects them to live. Now, your boy is not going to pretend like he's perfect, because he ain't, despite popular opinion. I was in this rut too, and I said and did horrible things, all while saying I believed in Christianity. I believed Christianity was true. I never wanted to call myself a Christian. When people would ask me, I would say, I believe in Christianity, I'm just not a good Christian, which is stupid. Basically like saying, oh yeah, I'm a health nut, I pay attention to all the diets and stuff. I personally think keto's the best. What? No, I'm not on a diet. What do I look like to you, Mormon? Seriously though, I do think about the damage I've done to my witness and the damage I've done to other people, because I lived for a while like that. And there are probably people that would justify their own behavior by saying, well, it can't be that bad, Nick does it, you know? It's one of my biggest shames, one of my biggest sources of shame. Anyway, but hey, I realized I was wrong. I did what 1 John tells me to do. I took it before a forgiving God, and he was eager to forgive me. You know, me and him are square now. I had to do other things to fix that. I had to give up a lot of my old friends, because if I didn't, I was just going to stay right there. So I gave up my old friend group and I found a new one. In fact, I liked one of my new friends so much I married her. Look at her. I know what you're thinking. I don't know either. Now back to the topic of Southern paganism. You may be wondering, all right, Nick, that's a pretty good mini testimony you had there, but what does this have to do with Southern culture in particular? Like, I don't see how what happened to you couldn't happen to someone else in Poughkeepsie or whatever. I don't know what state Poughkeepsie's in. Here's my theory, okay? And it's just theory. It's hard to back up with a lot of evidence. I think by the end of this video, you'll know what I'm talking about. I just may not do a good job of saying it. But if you disagree, please let me know in the comments below. Just be nice or I will cry. All right, here goes. Southern culture puts a huge emphasis on Christianity, as I've already stated before. But it also puts a huge emphasis on partying and everything related to it. Therefore, I think Southern pop culture tends to idealize someone who lives that double life of a sinner Saturday night, a saint Sunday morning. There's examples in Southern pop culture. First one that comes to my mind is Alan Jackson. We all love Alan Jackson. A lot of Christians like Alan Jackson because he put out that hymn album a couple years ago. But the world likes him too, because you know that song Good Time?
Shot a tequila, beer on tap, a good-looking woman to sit on my lap. G with an O, over the D, T with an I, M and an E, and a good time.
Now you may be thinking, Nick, he wrote that in 2008. He put out the hymn album after that. Obviously he's changed, right? Well, the video that I just played to you of him singing that part.
Shot of Jack Daniels, a beer on tap. A good-looking Georgia woman to sit on my lap.
Yeah, it kind of hurts, doesn't it? Obviously, if he did have a change of heart whenever he did the hymn album and he turned his life to the Lord, I would have expected him to stop performing that song because it promotes something that's not godly. And no one would fault him for that. Literally no one, except for people that like living lifestyles that are not pleasing to God. He doesn't see a conflict between what he's singing about and what God teaches in the Bible. He thinks those two lifestyles go together like peanut butter and jelly, like macaroni and cheese, like frozen grapes and Jell-O. But plenty of people have been duping themselves, me included. Until I was looking this stuff up, I didn't think about this. But plenty of people have been duping themselves into thinking that Alan Jackson is a good proponent for the Christian faith. And he just isn't. If a preacher did something like what Alan Jackson's doing, he'd be rightly criticized. But if a good old country boy like Alan Jackson does it, then it's fine. Oh yeah, yeah, I love the Lord. Now, where's the women? Said all those Hillsong pastors. So there's an example of Southern Christian disregarding the conflict in someone's life. I'm not claiming to know Alan Jackson's heart. I'm just claiming to see the fruit he's bearing, and it looks a lot like the fruit a lost person will be bearing. Since I'm talking about country music, let's talk about how godless it is. You can listen to a lot of rap music, because I know a lot of people that like country music hate rap music. There's that mix that we don't like to talk about where they like country and rap. Let's just not talk about those people. But country music blasphemes God by implying that God is okay with sin. The Bible doesn't like it. I shouldn't have to tell you. You may be kind of confused as to where I'm coming from. Let me show you some examples. Come on, come with me. It'll be fun. Okay, so here's my plan. First, I'm going to show you a country song. We're going to look at how popular that song is, and then we're going to look at the comment section for the YouTube videos to see how people actually feel about this song, because I may be getting it wrong. Maybe people don't actually like this song. They actually think it is wrong. First one is going to be Worship You by Kane Brown. Let's find out just how popular it was. I'm going to use Wikipedia. I'm not typing a research paper. I'm doing a YouTube video. I can use Wikipedia. Number one, it released last year, and stats are pretty good for that song. So it's very popular. Let us look at the lyrics. Your kisses have a higher power. Your body, baby, it's divine. Every time I see you smile, it's like I've seen the light. So already he's comparing her to God right here, which is, it's not a good start. Don't get me wrong, I'm a God-fearing Christian man, but if you were religion, then... So all the comparisons between her and God are, it's a bad move there. It's bad optics, son. So let us look at the music video. Kane Brown, 3.05 million subscribers, so he's pretty popular. The video has 13 million views, which is about 1 million times what this video is going to. Stop hating on him. I've heard all of his songs. I can't find a single one that I don't like. He's definitely blessed. No ending punctuation. She put exclamation mark right there, but no ending punctuation. How lazy. If you actually like Kane Brown, you would end your comment with punctuation. As you know. Oh, Kane Brown, he said, thank you for the likes and comments. Thank you for your support and for the appreciate. Oh, this is a scam. This one has 27 subscribers and he doesn't have any content. These people keep commenting thinking that Kane Brown is actually responding to him, but it's this scam account. Hi, Kane, I like you. Oh no, Ada, stop it. It's not real. It's not real. Stop, it's not real. So Kelly, she knows what's up. Oh, and this guy's turning around. It's okay to believe whatever you want to believe at Kelly. I believe there's no point in proving anything. The ones who trust and are loyal will always be. Cross your fingers like... So he crossed his fingers because he lied. This song promotes idolatry. And these people are just debating over whether this account is fake. The Kane Brown. Okay, now that's a prime example of how a good father and husband should be like. Truth, so true, yes. But yep, if you're a dirty pagan, no God-fearing Christian, it must... Oh, Sparky never change. I love you. Oh, Kane Brown, thanks Sparky. All right, so what did we get from the comment section of Worship You by Kane Brown? Well, there's a lot of scammers out there and a lot of people that think scammers don't exist, number one. Number two, vast majority of people were like, this is just such a sweet song. But they're refusing to acknowledge, even when someone brings it up, that he is putting this woman in the place of God in his life. He's saying, I would give up Christianity if you were a religion. All right, the next song, Beer with Jesus by Thomas Rhett. If not on par, a little bit more successful than Kane Brown's song was. My feelings on alcohol. I go to a church, and I agree with a church where we believe that any drinking of alcohol is a sin. Now, we're the Christians that believe that. There are some other people that believe that social drinking is not a sin, but getting drunk is. Both of us agree that getting drunk is a sin. That's the main thing. Why do I fall in this earlier camp right here? Well, I'm about to sound like every Calvinist in the world, but I agree with John MacArthur. John MacArthur had this sermon about Christians and alcohol, and I'll link it. But he brings up a lot of historical points about how wine back then is different than wine now. But I'm not going to criticize this song as if all drinking is bad. I'm going to criticize this song as if the only thing that's prohibited in the Bible is getting drunk. Okay? That's the only way I'm going to look at this song. And it's still wrong. You'd better order up a couple tall ones. How'd you turn the other cheek to save a sorry soul like me? So he believes he's already saved. What happens when life ends? You should know that you're saved. He can probably only stay for just a couple of rounds, but I hope and pray he's still staying till we shut the whole place down. So if you're talking with your friend about going to a bar and shutting the whole place down, you know what they're talking about. I know what they're talking about. They're talking about getting drunk. Do not fool yourself. Do not twist these lyrics into saying something they're not saying. He's saying, I would really hope Jesus got drunk with me. That is what he's saying right there. And it's blasphemous because Jesus would never, he's the most innocent person who ever lived, okay? He died without sin. He would never stoop so low as to even commit the one sin of getting drunk. He would never do that. And for him to think that he's important enough to let that happen is blasphemy. Okay, and it's idolatry, it's pride, okay? It's idolatry of the self. So, there's my rant about the lyrics. You friends, people are missing the real message to this song. It's not about drinking in a bar or something. Wait a minute. He literally says that. Country people prefer to socialize and have conversations while having a little drink, usually a sweet tea. Stop hating on him and actually listen to the song. God bless you. Oh, not only did we listen to the song, we closely read the lyrics. So, that's why I'm mad. A lot of people are backing this girl up. Jason Early, of course, everyone missed the message, but you know exactly what he's trying to say and what he's talking about because you're just so country. Jason Everly, no, I just listened to the song and understood the message he was trying to deliver. Too many people are like, ugh, this is offensive, and I was just clearing up how it wasn't. I don't care if you don't agree with me, and if you were trying to offend me, you failed. Have a good day. Bye. I don't think he failed. I think he actually offended her. What if I told you that heaven, Jesus, and the entire base of religion is about as real as a unicorn flying all around? Oh, no. So we got a bunch of people witnessing to this atheist in the comments of a blasphemous country song. Courtney right here, she's focusing on the true details. His hair has come a long way in 3 years. Yeah, Fraz, it's about drinking a beer frowned on by Christians. I feel the stank in that. And listening to the good music, secular tunes. Jesus sat with sinners, not the saints. Learn. Consistency and capitalization and punctuation would just be great. But other than that, yes, Jesus did sit with the sinners. Did he get drunk with them? No. No, he did not. Okay. Okay, so what do we get from the Thomas Rhett comment section? We got a lot of people that defend drinking, number one, but right now I don't care about that. There's a lot of people just overlooking the fact that Jesus is getting drunk with Thomas Rhett here. All right, our next one. It's the one you know I was going to talk about it. If Heaven Ain't a Lot Like Dixie by Hank Williams Jr. Literally just the title. If Heaven Ain't a Lot Like Dixie peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles and Tracks chart. So this is pretty successful. Good Lord, they have a saxophone on this album? I've never heard a country song have a saxophone. That blows my mind. I'm just like my daddy's son. You are your daddy's. If I never see the pearly gates, I've walked through the promised land. If this was the promised land, I would be mad. If they don't have a Grand Ole Opry like they do in Tennessee, just send me to hell or New York City. It'd be about the same. Okay, he made a joke about New York City and hell being the same. That's good stuff, except he's okay with being sent to hell. We usually reserve stuff like that for black metal, okay? Usually, oh, just send me to hell. That's usually what we hear. But this is Hank Williams Jr. singing it. And a lot of God-fearing Christians in the South love this song. I'll show you the YouTube. Challenge me on that. I'll beat you up. Hey, I'm using the video, If Heaven Ain't a Lot Like Dixie. Excellent quality, because we want the best quality. 7 million views on this video. All right. Don't get me wrong, because heaven's where I'll be spending eternity. But being a small town southern chick straight out of Georgia, I feel Dixie is a little piece of heaven on earth. I've traveled across the map several times, and trust me when I say there's no place like home. Cornbread, sweet tea, God, southern hospitality, that's the word. And Bocephus, baby. LOL. So Miss Lady right here is just disregarding the fact that this song is putting down heaven in favor of Dixie. Same here in South Louisiana. At that point, I felt like it'd be easier to just type Louisiana. All right, we got people defending sweet tea before they defend God. Heck yeah, Georgia born and raised, love good old Dixie, you dang right, the South will rise again. Oh no, liberal life, yeah, we're talking about politics here. This song sucks. Thank you, Ian Chetta. Thank you for bringing the conversation back. Yes, this song does suck. The flag stands for pride in the rights of states over the federal government, not slavery and racism. Where is this effort to defend Christ? Where is that? Everybody gets so riled up with the Confederate flag that they're not going to blink if Hank Williams Jr. writes a song disrespecting God the Father. All right, so what did we get from the comment section of If Heaven Ain't a Lot Like Dixie? We got a lot of people that are more willing to defend their politics and the Confederate flag rather than correcting the song. So hopefully you get the point after looking at all these that there's a lot of people that are just willing to overlook the conflict that I'm talking about. They're just willing to overlook that just in service for being country. So what's the point of me saying all this? The point of this video is to show you that this Southern paganism is just as pagan as regular paganism. In fact, I'd contend to say it's even more so, because at least those people aren't claiming to follow the Christian God. These people are claiming to do so and trying to mash all their other stuff with it. These people create a God of their own making, a God that pats them on the back whenever they get drunk or whenever they carouse with women or whenever they just don't put him first. And this is not the God of the Bible. This is idolatry. And it may seem like, you know, I'm being really hard on these people. I'm being very mocking, very prodding, but that's how I am to myself. That's how I was to myself back then. I could barely tolerate myself back then. I couldn't live like that. And that's me then. Now I'm a new creature. I have new desires only for God. And all the old things are old. They're dead. And I have hope that these people can become new creatures too. Just do what 1 John says. Just confess your sins to a God who's eager to forgive your sins. And he'll do it. However, I stand by my implication that Alan Jackson is a pagan. If you have any hate mail, please forward it to